How's the shot look?
It has this beautiful man standing in front of me.
Where? Get out of my kitchen! Hi, welcome back to another edition of Cooking Chris's Dishes with the Good Old Boy. That's me, where we're cooking up dishes straight from recipesthatcrock.com and goodnessgracious.com, which is my beautiful wife's cooking blogs, which have lots and lots of yummy recipes.
Yes.
And one of them is a real quick recipe for today, because if y'all remember, I promised we were going to have 100 episodes of Cooking Chris's Dishes done by the coming week. If you don't know what the coming week is, let's say this is 5-10 years down the road. There was a time when we were doing Cooking Chris's Dishes where we almost got to 100 recipes, and we are 4 down from 100. And I promised my crock posse that I'm hoping you're a part of that I would have 100 recipes by the end of this coming week, the first week of February 2017.
By Thursday, because
Yes.
that's when Battle Chicken Doo is going to celebrate our 100th episode. And so we thought we only had 2 recipes to do.
Turns out we're at 96, so we've got 4 to do. So we're going to do a couple quick ones this weekend, and then we'll do a couple slow cooking recipes this weekend.
Chris is going to buy Mikey a calculator.
And a muzzle so that I don't make any more promises. But let's get to it, because if y'all are watching this when it comes out, you're watching it on Sunday. A very special Sunday in America. It's a Sunday where they play a final football game. Now, we can't, because of legal reasons, tell you what the name of... Oh, did you see how... Oh, man, this is a Super Bowl. I forgot we had this. Anyway, we can't tell you the name of the game, but we can play the game to let you know the name of the game, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I'm saying, but I'm saying this. We're going to make you some guacamole. And beans, it's on Sunday. I'm thinking, it's some holy guacamole, and it goes a little something like this. You need 4 avocados, good avocados, ready avocados, ripe avocados.
How do you know what a good avocado is?
You took my next line.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here's how I know. You know how I know they're really good avocados?
How?
Well, because my wife went to the store and got them for me, and she knows how to pick them. The way that I know that they're good avocados is, 1, they're firm to the touch, but still, if you smoosh them, they got a little give to them. Now, if you could put your thumb all the way through it, put that avocado down or throw it away. And if they're really, really hard, they're not ready yet, because you want something that's going to soften as it goes.
Well, and you also want to look, as you can see, those are starting to turn a really deep, they're starting to turn from green to a dark green to almost a black. And that's like a solid black avocado is probably getting to be overripe.
It's going to be a little bit too much.
But if it's that deep green and changing over, you're going good. You don't want something that's that bright green all over it, because then it typically is too firm.
I forgot to bring a trash can in there.
Okay.
All right, so you've got your 4 really good avocados, and then you also, to go along with that, need 4 really good limes. Now, do you know how to tell when a lime's ripe?
A lime's ripe?
A lime's ripe? A lime. Does anybody know how to tell when a lime is ripe? Do what?
When you tell how a lime is ripe, well, yours was.
Yeah. Well, there won't be any M&M in my future. So, how do you tell if a lime is ripe? Well, it's green. I don't know. I was just asking. Maybe y'all know. Put it down in the comments below. How do you know if a lime is ripe?
I look for limes that aren't too hard is what I like. If they're starting to get really, really hard, then they're kind of past their...
I don't know.
But one of the ways to get the most juice out of your limes is to roll them with your hands on your cutting board before you cut them.
Speaking of cutting board, I'm going to throw some mad props out to a couple readers, a couple watchers, a couple subscribers of our Crock Posse that gave a wonderful suggestion for when you're cutting. And well, see, this is not a bad thing here. This cutting board has got some silicone on it, so I won't have to do it with this. But if I was just using a regular cutting board, like, say, this one, watch this. All my stuff I just put out. If I start cutting on this thing and it starts sliding everywhere, got a couple gals that gave me a really good tip for that. Take a wet dish rag Or take a couple wet paper towels and lay underneath your cutting board, and it won't stick, kind of like if it had silicone ends like this.
It won't slide, you mean?
Or it won't, yeah, it will stick, it won't slide around. So
to save your fingers. They're fearful for it.
yeah, one of the gals was like, I'm scared to death, you're going to cut your fingers off, and if I did that, it'll only be the second time. Is that okay to keep?
No.
Oh, here. It'll only be the second time that ever happened. So anyway, let's get to cooking. Well, there's actually no cooking involved in this dish. Let's get to making it, okay? Let's do it. First thing I want to do is take my limes, and I want to mush them. Roll them onto the counter. What that's going to do is release them juices one time, and you can hear it kind of crunching underneath my hands. 2 time. 3 time.
Now, if you have really big limes, you want to use less limes.
4 time.
Yeah. But if they're like the small ones, like what Mike's got, then you use a lime per avocado.
Oh, yeah, now they're all kind of mushy. That's good. So, what I'm going to do is in this itty bitty bowl here, is I'm going to take my limes. Because like I said, you got your garlic, you've got your lime. You also want to use, you've got your avocado and your lime. You also want to use as much garlic as you want to. We love garlic around here, so we're going to use, well, Chris said to use a teaspoon.
I think we'll use a couple.
I'll probably use a couple teaspoons because I like
now, mind
really
you, we're using freeze-dried garlic, so you can use fresh garlic and chop it up. And I think we generally use 2 to 4 cloves for the recipe this size. So you can just add what you want. But the reason he's putting the juice in a separate bowl is we need to rehydrate our freeze-dried garlic. And so our freeze-dried garlic will plump right back up just like minced garlic. Once it has just a little bit of liquid. So we're going to use the lime to do that.
Now we're using 4 and 4 here, 4 avocados and 4 limes. How many servings do you think it's going to make?
I think it'll serve between 6 to 8. Like I said, when Ad and I have it for like as a side as dinner, we usually use 1 avocado and 1 lime, and it feeds both of us. But for a party, you'll have probably 6 to 8, depending on how many other dishes there are. That's what's so funny about serving sizes is people always ask, but it always depends on what else you're serving. I mean, if you're just eating guacamole only, it's probably going to be 4 to 6. But
so you figure though with something like this, and you're going to have all these other sides going on. You figure 1 avocado is good for 2 people. Yeah. So if you're going to have 20 people over, get a lot of avocados in line. Yeah. Like 20 of them.
Yeah. And that's why I love this recipe. You can just expand it or reduce it to whatever you need at the time.
Yep.
But during the summer, they have those great big limes, and about a half a lime per avocado is about
so my freeze-dried, and I'm using 2 heaping teaspoons.
Now, a teaspoon's supposed to equal close to 4 cloves, but honestly, I feel like it's more like 2 cloves. Yeah. So.
But again, we really like
We like garlic.
Garlic. So what I'm going to do is I just put the garlic, my freeze-dried garlic in my lime juice. I'm going to set that aside for now while I cut up my avocados. And that's just going to rehydrate it, kind of bring that garlic back to life. And now, onto my avocados. I'll take my avocado and just cut it right in half. Just like that. Don't cut your hand. Don't do it. Somebody's watching this right now saying he's going to cut himself. He's going to do it.
No, he'll be all right, I think.
3 and
I don't
4.
I think I'd use more like a paring knife, dear, because I like to cut up the avocado inside the.
Watch this.
Boy, I can pick an avocado.
Yes, you can. You pick your avocado like you pick your men. You only get the best. She only picked 1 man, by the way. But anyway.
I was gonna say.
And 4. So there
Look
you
at them avocados.
And to get them out, all I do is this. That's it.
Yeah.
And then 1 little pop on trash can.
And he's popping the handle, not the blade on the trash can.
Yes, I'm not hitting the blade on the trash can. And 4. Just like that.
Now get a different knife to cut up your avocado.
Just kidding, I do that. I'm going to get a different knife to cut up my avocado. Why?
Because I don't want you to cut your hand. I want you to use a smaller knife. I like to slice it up in the skin and then scoop it out so you don't have to dice it later. Now,
get into my drawers.
If your avocados are a little mushy, you could go on and just dump them in, scoop them in. But I like to crisscross inside the skin when they're a little bit firmer because it makes chopping them up easier.
Yep.
So as Mikey's doing, he's just creating a little lattice inside each one.
That's my mama's name, Lattice. Actually, my mother's name is Gladys, and she's fine, by the way.
And then he's going to use a spoon to scoop them out here in a minute.
Yep. Just a little crisscross to make you jump, jump.
Oh my word.
Sorry. Some of y'all got that joke. Some of y'all are like, what?
From the past.
Just like that. And this is a sharp knife. If you can't tell, I can because I just about cut myself with it. But I didn't. Yet. 1, 2 there. 1, 2 there. That time I about did. There, 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 and there. There is my sliced up avocado. In a bowl.
Right. Yes.
I'll take my avocado.
Why don't you? Okay.
And scoop it just like that.
Scoop.
Boop.
Why don't you put your bowl underneath the camera?
Yeah, let's do that. See, that thing's hard to slide. And just like that. I don't know why, but like if there's a cooking show on and they're cutting up avocados and they're scooping them out, I don't know why, but that's such a satisfying thing to watch.
Now, if your avocados are too green when you purchase them, you can just leave them set out on your counter or in a brown paper bag, and they will ripen up.
Yep, in a brown paper bag.
Mm-hmm. They will on your counter too, but
they'll go faster though in a brown paper bag.
Yeah.
Same thing with bananas and peaches. Mm-hmm. And one more. Guacamole. There you go. Avocados.
There you go.
You know, when I was younger, I didn't like avocados. And I don't know why either. Other than maybe it was just a strange green fruit.
Well, were you eating them?
Avocado's a fruit, right? Yeah, it's a fruit.
I think so. Were you eating them?
I think mainly because I don't think of my fruits and vegetables as creamy. And also because if you just eat avocado by itself, it's kind of a bland flavor.
Oh.
Now, my wife loves it and has always loved it. But then, I don't know if we went out to a Mexican restaurant one night or what it was. No, I think you actually made your guacamole.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it.
My guacamole has changed a few minds occasionally.
Yes, yes it has.
So, we're going to salt
use a
this.
pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have some, a little bit more.
Yeah.
I like it salty.
And then you're going to take
my rehydrated garlic.
With your lime.
With my lime juice right in a bowl. And then
we got our chopper thing
Yep.
that you guys saw us. Now, if you, this can be done in a food processor if you like it super smooth.
You do not.
I do not. I like chunky.
Yours chunky.
I like chunky.
Kind of like she likes her men. Man.
I'm like, what are you?
There ain't no competition, fellas. She mine.
Anyhow, but you can just chop it up, and depending on if your avocados are a lot more ripe, it's going to be like you're barely going to have to do anything.
Yep.
But these are
about perfect.
These are perfect, so you're going to just have to chop them a little bit. This is the Zing chopper, which is like a Pampered Chef mix and chop, except we like it better.
Yep.
With our professional kitchen test of all the different choppers with Play-Doh.
Yep. You want to test something out? Use Play-Doh with it. Alright, I think it's pretty good. It's got some chunks still in it, and it's got some creaminess to it.
And if you guys if you want a little bite to it, you can add some chopped red onion.
Or some jalapeno. A lot of people like spicy guacamole, spicy dips like that.
We don't.
Half a jalapeno, or if you're really hardcore, maybe a whole jalapeno, maybe some habanero. Never use a Carolina Reaper
No.
for anything. But
we saw those growing at Disney when we visited, which was odd.
Don't know why.
I'm like, please don't put that in our food.
Yes. So good and creamy. And that right there, folks, is guacamole. Like Chris said, red onion would also go really well in there. And if you let it sit for a little while, all those flavors kind of meld together even better. But we're just going to have it plain Jane.
Yes. And
avocado
to store
guacamole.
this, you want to put it in a sealed container, but you also, I like to put like plastic wrap or saran wrap and push it down on top of the guacamole, or you could even put it in a Ziploc bag and then get all the air out. The air is what turns guacamole yucky. So you want to get however you store it.
It turns brown just like it would with an apple or a potato.
However you store it, you want to get all the air out, ultimately.
The only way you're going to know this is good is if I taste
Well, I
it,
thought
right?
you'd spoon it in the thing, dear.
Oh, I could, but this is my house.
Oh, okay.
So you just want a little guacamole on the chip, as you can see. Your guacamole for chip ratio. Mine's a little bigger. Oh, and when you're at a party, never double dip.
We think. That recipe has spoiled me for life. I don't like guacamole from anyone else.
Nope. It's garlicky, of course. I got just the perfect amount of salt in there for that, for me. And then that lime. It gives that sour bite.
It's the perfect combination.
It would have been good with onion in it. And I like things anymore a little spicy, so I'd even take a little jalapeno, but I'm sharing this with my girls and neither one of them like the hot stuff, so I'm the only hot stuff my wife likes. Fellas, remember that. But it's just super, super creamy. And then you got still those chunks of avocado in there. Adds a little more texture to it. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Let me get a little chip left here. Dip in again. That is what I call a super bowl of guacamole right there. A super, super bowl of guacamole. If y'all are getting my hint for what you should make for a certain game day. There's ways of getting around the
Now, I
ball.
will say our grocery store, I was quite impressed when we decided to do this last minute because Mikey made promises that we have to deliver on. I was like, oh, I hope the avocados are good at the store because we can't wait a couple days to shoot this. And
they were perfect.
there were tons of really great avocados at the store.
That was really good.
So run out to the store.
Go. You go now. Hurry up. Get yourself some avocado, some lime, some salt, some garlic, and some really good chips. And you'll make a lot of people happy this afternoon into this evening, or whenever you want to make it. And we're always here to show you some really good recipes here at As Good As It Gets, our YouTube channel.
Where we're cooking Chris's dishes.
Every single day just about now.
Thanks to Mikey.
And I'm okay with that. But if you have not become a member of our blessed Crock Posse, please, all you got to do is click the little button down below and subscribe and you will become a member. And also give us a like on this channel if you like what you're seeing. Give us a like on the video. Give us a holler down below in the comments and let us know what you think. What would you put in your guacamole? Some people are going to say nothing. I don't like guacamole. If you make my wife's guacamole, I almost bet you're going to like it.
Some of my girlfriends like throwing in, instead of doing onion and all that, they'll throw in a little bit of pico in it. So that it's got the tomato and the onion and the cilantro. And they'll do that. But I'm kind of a purist. I like the straight up avocado.
Straight up?
Straight up.
Straight up, now tell me, are you really gonna love avocado? Oh, oh, oh.
You're making fun of me.
My wife got some new hats today.
He's making fun of my hat.
I'm trying to end the show and now I want to show you the hat so bad. It's a cute hat. It's on her and it's adorable. But again, we want to thank you all for watching. Also join us over on our Facebook group, As Good As It Gets, as well as on Instagram at Recipes That Crock, and on Twitter at Recipes Crock, as well as goodnessgracious.com, and of course, recipesthatcrock.com. Thank y'all, because y'all keep watching and we'll keep cooking, and all will be well. Bye. You want some?
Yes.